Good evening once again. Welcome to today's very interesting and superb webinar that we have for you. So today we are going to talk about the historic RAM. So science and software are coming together to give you a whole new story that we've not thought of, we've not heard of. Today's session, before I introduce the speaker to you, I just want to give you just a hint of what you can expect today. It's going to be a blend of science and history, astronomy and archaeology, ancient texts, and modern technology. This is all coming from a very well researched perspective, and we are going to re examine one of our oldest epics, Ramayan, as factual history through data, astronomy, and scientific reasoning. So we just want to go from mythology to I don't know where this is going to take us. So let's see where it takes us. Now that you guys know what to expect, let me introduce today's speaker to you. We're truly honored to have with us Commander Girish Konkar today as our speaker. Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi, good evening
I'm
to
just
everybody. Please continue.
Yes, sir. I'll just introduce you to everybody and then we can get started. So, for those of you who are not familiar, Commander Girish Konkar is the former Indian Navy submarine commander. He has served our country with distinction beneath the sea. And since that journey of 20 plus years, he's moved on to become a leadership and transformation coach, and now it's been 2 decades and more of doing that as well. He's shaped the leadership mindset and emotional intelligence quotient of Fortune 500 CEOs and so much more. He's also the CEO of Beyond Horizons, where he blends experiential tools like NLP and Psyche with strategic insights to help people unlock authentic and resilient leadership. I think that is the need of the hour. So, sir works at ground zero on this. He himself is a lifelong learner and explorer, as you are going to see throughout the webinar as well. Passionate about connecting ancient Indian history, wisdom with modern science and human psychology. So, today we are going to have an amazing time. I am very sure of that. So, sir, welcome to the session.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. So, one is firstly, thank you everyone for taking the time off today on a Thursday evening, 8 o'clock. I know it's dinner time for some. I hope you had your dinner, or of course, you can continue having dinner during the webinar also, not a problem. But do stay tuned in. All right, so over to Apurva again now.
Yes, sir. So, for all of our guests today, all of our attendees today, this is going to be a Q&A session. This is going to be very interactive and very fast paced. So, I would request everybody to give us your full attention because I'm sure you don't want to miss out even a single point that sir is going to go through today. Also, we are going to have some polls in between, and so please participate in those so that we get an idea of what you are thinking, where you are with us on this journey. And finally, all your questions, please put them in the chat box. We have co-hosts in the meeting who will park them, and at the end, sir will answer your questions. So please don't worry, this is going to be very interactive and very fun. So let's get started. Sir, I want to start off the day with the first question. So the first question I want to ask you today, we are going to talk about Lord Ram. So how do faith, history, and curiosity come together on our topic today about Lord Ram?
Okay, so first disclaimer that I'd like to give here is that this is not about a religious text or a religious book that we are talking about. Because when you talk of religion, then what is comes is Shraddha or faith. And the moment you bring in Shraddha and faith, then questioning and critiquing and questioning simply stops. Uh, so this is not about Shraddha. We have to have an open mind. We have to be open to different questions. And whatever I'm going to present to you today is not my original research. So let me make that very clear. There are many pioneering researchers who've done amazing work in the last couple of years, especially last 20, 30 years, which is throwing new lights on many topics that we did not ever think about in our times. So this is going to be based on that. Yeah.
Okay. So now that we know where we are heading, I would like to ask you, sir, what are our ancient texts and tradition telling us about Ramayan? And does the word itself have any meaning or no?
Okay, even before that, let
Hmm.
me go to the question of why even bother
Sure,
about
sir.
studying Ramayan, or is Ramayan history, or is it a myth? Because we've all been probably taught about. So I'm sure all of you have heard about Kanoji Angre. He was the Maratha Sarkhel, one of the first admirals that we know of the Indian Navy, the Indian subcontinent. Of course, they would have been earlier. But do you know that about a couple of years ago, I think just 3, 4 years ago, Wikipedia had put him as a pirate. Now,
Hmm.
by no stretch of our imagination was Kanoji Angre a pirate. As far as the Britishers were concerned, yes, because he would maraud their ships, he would maraud their fleets, decimate them, and he was the king of the sea as far as the Maratha Navy was concerned. But they considered him as a pirate, and that's what became the world history in Wikipedia. Who's Kanoji Angre? A pirate of the Colabas, a pirate of the west coast of India. No, he was our admiral. He was a great admiral of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj,
Yes,
and
sir.
so has been the entire Western narrative. There are things like all of you you have grown up with something called as Aryan invasion theory, a
Hmm.
complete bogus, 100% fake, right? But many of us have been grown up with that, saying Aryan invasion theory, and when
Hmm.
they realize, okay, this AIT, the business is not going to work, they realize that it's a fake theory. They come up with something called as the Aryan migration theory. Again,
Okay.
complete bogus,
Hmm.
complete. So I'll not go into the depth of it. We can have a full session on that if required.
Hmm.
But so the Western narrative is one which always tries to put us down, saying, no, no, you
Yes.
guys are savages. Who invented the zero? It was the Indians. We
Hmm.
invented the zero. It was called as the Hindu numerals. There are no Arabic numerals. They are
Hmm.
Hindu numerals. And there is enough evidence to tell you that the zero was invented right from Aryabhatta time, and which was later given into the complete what is zero, meaning it's a full number and not just a placeholder, was
Hmm.
given by Brahmagupta. And there's enough evidence to that. And another thing that has come up, we heard of Silk Route.
Yes,
Never
sir.
existed. But we've grown up with that saying Silk Route, Silk Route, Silk Route. Again, I would request the people here to go on the YouTube again after this and look at William Dalrymple's amazing research. His
Hmm.
book also is there, and which tells you systematically why there was no such thing as a Silk Route.
Hmm.
If any route existed, it was from India, which was a maritime route.
Right.
Many of us have heard that Winston Churchill, was a great hero who won the Second World War for the Britishers. Hey, he was also a cutthroat guy, a very evil guy. Because of him, the Bengal famine happened in India, where
Hmm.
some 3 million people died in Bengal. Is that a hero? And I'm
Hmm.
not going to the details of it, but all these things, and therefore all the Western narratives, they paint our epics, our Sanatan literature, our history as mythology,
Hmm.
as myth, as poems, and not history.
Right.
And therefore, it is very important that we reclaim our history.